And that will take us to other logic, that in Islam you are not allowed to have any logic. You see, if you go in the Quran, chapter 5, verse 101, it says, ask not no questions. Okay, the logic of not to ask questions. What is the logic? Verse after 101 explain why. Because if you ask, you will leave Islam. Have you ever heard of such a religion? What is the logic of saying ask no questions? Imagine I go to learn. I go to a prophet and he is my teacher, and I ask the teacher, can I ask you a question? The teacher says to me, in our school our logic is the following: ask no questions. So we are talking about the religion believe in the logic of ask no questions, because if you ask questions, especially the one who troubling, that will lead you into disbelief. And I will give you an example of Muhammad, how he answered questions. Let us see. Chapter 2, verse 189. And here, look at this stupid translation. I mean, the Muslim translation is really making me feel I want to vomit. It says here they are asking you about the new moon. It doesn't say the new moon. What the new moon? It says Al-Ahilla. Al-Ahilla is the crescent moon. Okay. So they are asking Muhammad, the Arab, okay, what happened to the moon? Why the moon changed and became crescent moon? Muhammad, after squeezing his head and his ears and combing his beard like Mimi Hijab in the stage with David Wood, he come with an answer. The answer is coming from Allah. He said to them, oh, you are asking about why the moon became like this? Those are for timing, brother. Right? Right? This is the purpose of the crescent moon. They are asking him, what is the reason for the moon to become a crescent moon? You say to them, because it is the way to know when you do Hajj. This is the purpose of the moon. What is the answer? They are asking you why the moon, why it is like a week ago it was full, 2 weeks after it became like this. So what happened? So the Arab, they are trying to learn from Muhammad, who have supposedly special connection with his God, and his God will give him an answer which nobody knows. And the answer is this is for timing, brother. This is the purpose of the question, and this is the answer. They are not us. This is something they knew. They already used those moon movement as a timing, the beginning of the month, the end of the month. They already do that, and they are practicing Hajj before Islam. So they are asking you about the crescent moon. So what is the crescent moon? Why it is crescent? Here we notice always how Muhammad, he go in a cycle of not to answer. The best answer is don't answer. I'm asking you why the moon became like this. You tell me the moon like this for the timing. This is not the reason. The timing is something we created. We as a human, we look around us in this universe to see, okay, what we can use for timing. So we say sunset, sunrise, but in fact there's no sunset and there's no sunrise. Same as for the moon, but this is not the question. The question why the moon changed and become a crescent moon. And look at the funny translation. We change translation, they say the new moon, the new moon. If there's a new moon, since when there's a new moon? Is that a new one? Do we have any Muslim would like to? The same thing. If we take the word yas'alunaka, which means they ask thee. If we take this and we paste in the translation in the search engine, you will see Muhammad always, his logic is to answer a question is not to answer. Chapter 2 verse 108. Are you going to ask the prophet a questions the same as you ask Moses? What? Look at this guy. Address. What address? I mean, those people are really the translators. They are going to give me a heart attack. What address? Address what? Where is this guy? Let's see. Yusuf Ali. Maybe Yusuf Ali is smarter than them. Would ye question your messenger as Moses? Why they cannot question him? He is a messenger. If my teacher is the last one I question, and here by the way it doesn't say even question, it says would you ask the messenger as you ask Moses, which means ask him questions, yeah, but not to question. Right away he accused them by asking the question, they are kuffar. The second you ask Muhammad a question, you are a kafir. You cannot ask questions. And right away he says, oh, you see, the people of the book, they wish that you are not going to have any good for you. So Muhammad, he is saying to the Muslims, if the Christians and the Jews, they start questioning the stupidity of Islam, this is because they hate you. Don't let them ask you questions, brother. Don't, brother. Are you going to ask the Messenger of Allah, brother? And right away, it's so clear that the questions was coming, the source of it was coming from the Christians and the Jews, and Muhammad have no answer. So the second you ask Muhammad, he says to them, oh, are you going to ask the same as they asked Musa? So what? They asked Musa, and Musa answered them. Musa, he did not open his eyes in his diaper and he found himself a prophet. For sure they asked him a question. For sure it took them time to believe he's a messenger of God. For sure they, there's a process to go through. People will not believe anyone come to them and says I am a prophet. So this is the logic of Muhammad. And then the logic of Muhammad is the following. Don't you know that to Allah belong all the dominion? No, we do not know. Like, did we see that? The Quran is full of those phrases. Don't you see? Don't you see? No, we did not see. Don't you know? No, we do not know. I mean, how you know yourself? You know what I'm saying? When you say to me, don't you know, that's mean I know. But how we know that to Allah belong to the dominion of the earth and the heaven? How we know that? What is the confirmation? Huh? How we die? How we die, as an example, the logic. When you die, the angels, they hit you in your face. And he says to you, don't you see? Look at the translation here. And if you could see when the angels take away soul from the disbeliever, they submit their faces on their backs. If you see, what about you show us? And what do you mean they beat them in their faces and in their back? So now that you are dying and the angels, they are spanking you, and you are saying to me, if you see, they are spanking your face, but you are a soul. They took your soul. They are spanking what? The soul? The soul have a face and have an ass? You're spanking what exactly? Hmm.